what's suitable to talk about when you're at work and what isn't, there might be a new topic of conversation that is off-limits in the office.
With many people cutting back on luxuries as the cost of living continues to rise, is it also time to cut back on holiday bragging whilst in the office? Here's Kira Durkin. Well, joining us now, businessman and apprentice winner Tim Campbell, who says we need to show humility when talking about holidays in the office, alongside Love Island star Shauna Phillips, who thinks holiday chat brings employees together and creates team spirit. Very good morning to you both.
Good morning.
So, Shauna, where are you off to?
I have just come back from Jamaica.
Right.
Don't have anywhere booked as yet for the rest of the year, but I'm open to it. I'm here to talk about it.
Do you think... I mean, Jamaica is probably quite an expensive trip. Can you see why talking about it in the office when people are cutting back so drastically right now, can you see that there's an argument not to talk about it?
Absolutely, and I completely understand going in every day talking about my incredible holiday while someone's trying to work out whether they're going to have breakfast or dinner that day.
Right.
I completely get it. But I think it's all relative. And, I mean, I've worked in an office. I absolutely loved the social aspect of it. I would have really struggled working from home. And hearing someone else going on holiday, that would have made me happy for them. And I would have loved to have heard their experiences. And you can be happy for someone whilst also thinking, gosh, I wish I was going on holiday. I think you can have both feelings.
She makes the right point, doesn't she? That you don't want to rub people's faces in it every morning when you turn up for work. But it's perfectly reasonable to talk about a recent experience you've had, whether it was in France or Jamaica or wherever. It's a bit puritanical to tell people to shut up.
Listen, I love Jamaica, right? But there are certain unwritten bylaws in a work environment. You must not have bad hygiene or bad manners. You don't want to be the person who takes the last bit of tea or doesn't replace the milk at the end of the day. And you definitely don't want to be the workplace holiday show-off who comes in and they come in early, minimal clothes because they want to show off their tan. They walk around with their mobile...
Where do you work?
Come and work with me.
Whose holiday photographs are we looking at right now, Tim Campbell?
Listen,
minimal clothes.
This was in Jamaica. This was in Jamaica,
Right.
was it? But what you don't want to do is that person...
practice what you preach?
100%, because what I didn't do is go around with a mobile phone with the selfies, 100 million you've taken, and show it to the person who doesn't want to know. And they always have that guess what story that no one cares about apart from themselves. Listen...
So those were posted on social media?
They were. And I'll tell you the important difference. Have you got LinkedIn?
I used to, not anymore. I don't
do
do
have
anything.
LinkedIn? Do you have LinkedIn profile?
I don't use LinkedIn.
I steer clear of it.
OK, so the interesting thing, on your socials, you will put pictures like that. On your LinkedIn in work, that wouldn't go anywhere near it.
And the difference is because LinkedIn is professional.
It's professional and for work. So there is a distinct difference where working is for work.
But where do you draw the line, though? I mean, supposing you've been lucky enough just to, like, get a new car. I don't mean a brand-new car, but you've changed your car. You want to talk about that. Maybe you went out for a really good meal out because it was your birthday the night before. That cost a lot of money that some people might feel they couldn't afford. Surely you can talk about stuff like that.
Well,
where do you draw the line?
You've got to fill the room. Because, actually, you could be working with people who have... particularly in workforces where you've got very different wages and salary incomes, OK? And if you're coming in saying, look at my brand-new car, it changes all colours, and the person just had to put their car for sale because they need to make some money. You've just got to fill the room and be a bit respectful of other people. Don't you think so?
Yeah. No, I completely agree, but I think...
I thought we were going to have a fight. What happened?
That's right.
Sean's been persuaded.
I agree with him now. No, I think it's all very relative. And also, you could get a week away to Costa del Sol and you could get a weekend away to Butlins, and Butlins could cost substantially more. Now, that might not be my cup of tea, and I might not get jealous of you going to the Costa del Sol or Butlins. It's all very relative.
Also, I think, isn't there an issue about policing the way we talk to each other? Because, you know, it comes down, doesn't it, to one person's, I'm sharing my experience, is another person's, you're making me feel bad about the fact I'm not having that experience. And if we're constantly self-conscious about what we're saying to each other, that, you know, the whole point of being in the office and being together is that you can just chat about things that you find interesting and you hope your colleagues might.
100%. Listen, you had a recent interview where you felt the room with a certain politician and they didn't read it correctly. They got it totally wrong. And for me, it's about having the emotional intelligence to know what you are saying and who you are saying it to. We could have a very private conversation about my holiday or my car and it'd be perfectly acceptable. But if I'm going and talking among a wider group of people, I might want to hold a little bit back just to be a bit more respectful.
So you think it would be a mistake then, for example, for say, the Prime Minister to sort of boast about the party he went to the night before?
That's why he hasn't been telling
Maybe.
everyone.
That's why
the
he's denying
reason.
it. He doesn't want to boast.
Exactly. And I appreciate that. Do you know what I think it is as well? If it also opens up conversation. So if I say, oh, I've just booked a holiday to my colleague and they say, oh, do you know what, I'm really struggling at the minute, that then opens up the conversation to say, is there anything I can do to help? Is there things that you might need to put in place? It just opens
Do you want to
up...
come with me?
Exactly. Or if you're listening, I can come to all the parties.
Well, look, bad news for you, Tim. Good news for you, Shauna. We did a Twitter poll on this. We've been asking you what you think, and 88% of you do think that holiday talk in the office should not be banned. Only 12% said that, yeah, we should tone it down.
I've lost the game.
Yeah, you haven't read the room right.
I've not read the room.
Oh, well, Tim and Shauna, it's good to see you this morning.
Good to
Thank
see
you
you.
for talking holidays in
Thanks
this
for having us
office.
Good fun.